Hey Sagira, Black
What's up,
Widow, how
Anita?
are you?
I am good. We're meeting after really long, actually.
Well, somebody's been busy and it's not me.
Busy in a not very good way, but yes, been a little caught up with the health wise. But yeah, all good. Yeah,
Yeah.
what are we talking about today?
Well, you know what? I was just thinking life in general is coming slowly back out of COVID. And I remembered, how at one point of our lives, generally nightlife used to be a very important thing of our, I don't know, day-to-day activities. It sounds ridiculous. Nightlife is a very usual part of day-to-day activities. That's nonsense. But basically, we used to be like, ambassadors of nightlife. Remember we once in the timeline there was we were the key party poopers of Pune, embracing every club, every dance move, every music rhythm. And I was just thinking it's nice to catch up on this topic because now that we're moving slowly back to how it used to be, maybe it's kind of interesting for people actually to even compare how people party in Mumbai and how people party in Barcelona, just through personal point of view. Because of course,
Right.
you are a big party pooper. I would say I'm a bit lower. But there's still quite a lot of observations, and I'm sure there are differences since like I'm trying to compare even in my head. And to start
Yeah.
with, when I moved to Barcelona, what I understood, one thing is how late people start partying. Because first of all, I understood that taking a nap before a night out is a great thing because bars and pubs usually don't even get busy until 11:30, 12 on weekends. So it's
Oh
like
my God.
everything starts really late. And then
Yeah, yeah.
and then nightclubs only kind of get crowded 3 a.m. and then they work until 6 a.m. So you have to have a lot of energy and like sleep resources to be able to pull out a proper party here.
Yes,
What about
yes.
there? What about Mumbai? I mean, I know you probably don't sleep ever.
Oh my God, I'm sleep deprived, but of course with other reasons. But are you talking about party in general, or are you talking about post COVID?
No, I would say not post-COVID. Let's just talk how we remember it was, and slowly, actually, here
Back
it's
in,
coming back to normal.
okay, normal, right? I mean, I guess Mumbai is also the same that way.
Sagita, I lost
I'm
your
sorry.
video. Oh, no worries.
Yes. So I guess it's pretty much similar to Barcelona, I would say. Like we would start from home. We all would start drinking. Either like if we're too busy and we want to catch up somebody at 11:30 at the bar or a club, then we kind of go right there. Otherwise, we start a party from like 10 o'clock. I'm usually like, guys, okay, come over for drinks or dinner or little like here and there. We eat something and
Yeah.
then let's head out. So 11:30, 12 is when we actually head out, and the party. There are places which are open, which used to be open till 2:33, and they're shady places, which again would be open till 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a very different life. But Agita, I'm so sorry. It's been 2 years. I've forgotten this life.
You have to remember, like it's going a little bit slowly there. The party scene I know is reviving. But actually, I remember even when in Pune, we used to go to, let's say, High Spirits. We used to sometimes go by 9:30 because the event or something starts already at 9ish. And
Yes.
I mean, I felt like I used to start the night much earlier than here. Like here, if you go to the city at 10:30, people still like, I mean, I think they're eating their dinners. They're like inside homes and like you barely like understand, is it like a night out or like people will not come out? That's how I used to think.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And also one more thing which is like quite popular here, which I don't think is done in India or even Lithuania that much, is called Boutellon. So basically that's where like people gather in the streets just with drinks, in the streets,
Yes.
plazas, and they just like kind of sit there with friends, chit-chatting and just drinking. Because, well, of course, it's not allowed to drink in public. However, police
Yes.
has quite a relaxed approach. Like they might take your drink or they might ask you to, move away from here.
Okay.
Nothing more.
Mm-hmm.
So people like, sometimes you go on a crowded, warm nights is amazing. Like because streets are flooded and plazas are flooded with like, people just enjoying a bit of beer or wine or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's like very nice, I would say, like outdoors drinking party feeling. I don't think you have it
Right.
there.
No, here you will be like sent to the police station if you do that. But literally, like, I think I know what you're talking about, because when I was in 2016, when I was in Madrid and Barcelona, I remember the squares that we were in. In fact, Marina and me, like, I remember we were like, going around, like sitting there and chilling, and she was telling me how things were. So I really get what you mean. But I really enjoy that vibe. I think in
Yeah.
Australia as well. Oh, let me just quickly, before we like move to another, me and my best friend Michelle, we were caught at an alley, like where we were drinking, and the cop came. But it was a very funny experience, because the cop said, "Hey girls, what are you guys doing here?" And we said, "Well, we're just grabbing a drink before we go to the bar." Then he said, "Okay, come, you want to go for, like, let's cruise around the city." And the cop, two young cop, me and Michelle in the car, and we were cruising around.
God. Oh my God.
Oh, very
Cop
funny.
suggested you to have a drink in the cop car.
No, they didn't allow us to have the drink, but they allowed us to come in the car, because they were trying to scare us that we're going to, like, take you there. Like, you guys are sitting here and drinking and not allowed. So without the drink, we did one nice drive, and me and Michelle came back, and then we just hit the club, and I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's grab another drink.
Oh, that's a nice. It's Australia. Was Australian cops?
Yeah, in Sydney, the Aussie cups, you see, hot Aussie cups.
Nice. I mean, I think sometimes police has a nice relaxed approach, and that is, I like it more, because I don't think it's, oh my God, such a big crime just to lie to have one drink in the street. Of course, when it gets out of the hands, maybe that's what they're trying to protect. But in general, here it's a very like popular thing that, there are groups, circles, standing. Sometimes you go to the street and it's all full of people, like in Bourne, for example, and everybody just, sipping something. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like an open kind of bar, but it's not really a bar. It's just like people standing around. So this is very popular also, like, people just meet up, like drinking a bit, like a bit of tapas also, just eating light. And usually people actually start with, like, if we will talk later right now a bit also more about the drinks, because I'm all very curious what's now, like, or what's before COVID is trendy cocktails, or maybe even single kind of origin drinks. Like here, people usually start with tapas and, let's say, beer or wine. But then when you start hopping, they go more for the cocktails, like gin tonic and cubatas, where you like mix, let's say, rum and cola or vodka, orange juice, and then shots. So these, like, I would say, like, you move from like these kind of beers, wines, to the shots and cocktails, and that's where the night gets wild.
That's interesting. But with my friends and my experience, I would say right now, I mean, what we would start, I've become a wine and a champagne girl right now. I've just been drinking that. The vodkas have gone down.
Girl.
Remember, and the Malibu. How could we forget?
Oh, I love
Malibu as well.
Yes,
the Malibu as well. So, but I do drink. You know what we usually have? Like me and my friends, we like to nibble on something usually. But me, I like to have my dinner. But these guys are like, let's nibble on something. Let's just call for something, and then they start with a beer or a wine. And then as and when the crowd gets more, or we bar hop and we go to like proper dancing place, that's when they're like, okay, guys, shots, that's what they do. And among the ladies, I feel right now, recently I was at like a friend's, house party. Gin and tonic is one of the fave right now in the country, I think. Yeah. Gin and tonic. I'm not a big fan though. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like the taste.
You like more vodka?
Vodka is always there. But I think I'm more like wine. Akita, if you see me now, like, oh my God, the amount of wines I have, it's crazy. If I drink, otherwise I'm not I think I've become a very social drinker anyway. Like I drink, on a weekend, or if we have an event, more of that sort of drinking. Yeah.
Just off topic on the wine side, I remember when I was in India, there used to be only one decent, or at least like easily accessible wine. I think it was Dia or something like that. Is there now like a nice variety of specifically Indian wines?
Indian wines, I'm sorry to say, I'm not really a big fan. Of course, we have a Sula, the
Sula, exactly.
Nasic,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, the Sula wines. Then you have the Fratelli, but I'm so sorry, brand, if you're watching this video. I'm not a big fan of it because it gives me a headache, you know. And I love my like Spanish, chili wine or
Yeah.
Italian, French. These are the wines like I buy usually here, you know.
Mm. Okay.
Sorry, India, I love you and I love the wines, but the vineyards, but I don't know. The wine doesn't suit me at all.
Well, no worries. In India, is this Old Monk Indian rum?
Oh, yes, that's actually from my, like, I mean, not where it's from, but back in my hometown in Darjeeling, Sikkim, you know, that's the most popular drink because it's so cold and people drink, you know, rum
I
and
used
Old
to
Monk.
I
It's
used to
like
drink
classic.
rum mixing with something, but the headache is unbelievably bad.
Ah,
So
I remember.
I
You have
remember the
mixed the
headache.
rum. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Now I remember.
Remember the headache smiling so much. That's not the synchronizing well. But this is nice. But okay, so usually I'm just curious about this routine. So usually when you guys meet in probably somewhere inside instead of like outside, you have a bit of nibbling and drinks. You go to the bars. Is then naturally from the bars you hop for the nightclub.
Yes, usually
Okay.
that way. Yeah, because you know most of the bars, what happens? I think in Mumbai, what used to happen before pandemic was the bars would shut max by 12, 11:45, 12, 12:31. Actually, I think so. I've forgotten. See, 2 years and I've forgotten. I think one. And after one, you can go to the Five Stars, which has these
Mm,
clubs, right? And they open at least till 3, 3:30, 4 o'clock, depending on if they have an event going on, you know, any like
mm.
artists playing there. And then there's again another place that we used to hop in. That's if you really have the energy to like, you know, hop into that party, like a little shady, but it's up till like 5:30.
Okay. You have to know though these places. They're not like so openly found, I remember.
No. Yes, you have to know. And I think you and me knew all the places in Pune back then.
That's why at one point we were the extras of nightlife in Pune.
Exactly. Oh my God.
I got good old
Without any like,
days.
we've killed it. We were the like party
The little car
people
of
in
yours,
Pune.
just like oh my god.
Exactly.
Loads of adventures in my head. Not all of them are worth for the records. Actually, one more thing, because you know what I remember, for example, in India, and I would say this is different here. We used to dress, we used to prepare ourselves and dress up quite a bit. And especially after bar, if you go to the five-star hotel to finish your party, I remember actually a few times that they were not allowing guys because they were like underdressed. So therefore, you actually have to be like a bit well presented and like
Right.
look your part. Here, actually in Barcelona, I felt like like much more casual, much more regular. Of course, unless you go to super like luxury places. If you go through like the street of the bars, everybody is in much more casual dressing. Do you feel now in
Yes.
Bombay it's still like you kind of really dress up for the party, or like you take a bit more relaxed approach?
When it comes to dressing, Geeta, what I've noticed, like, of course, Pune was really chill that way, you know. And if we have to compare Delhi, the capital, like people love to dress up even if they're going to a mall. So imagine if they're going to a club, like they would be getting dressed since like afternoon, I guess, you know,
Oh
getting
my
their
god,
hair
princess
done, nails
dresses and a
done.
hair like
Yes, Cinderella. But
okay.
Mumbai city is very, very relaxed. What I've noticed is, of course, if you're going to, let's say I'm in Bandra right now and I go to a bar down there, I know if it's a weekday, like a Wednesday, they have Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, I wouldn't dress up that much. Probably for me, dressing up for that party will be just like a ripped denim with a pair of like heels, you know, like maybe a crop with just a sling bag, throw in,
Mhm.
just leave your hair. But if it's a Saturday night party that I know I'm going to this bar in Bandra, and then from there we're going to hop into a five-star, then I would like to, you know, maybe dress up. Like if I know that's the scene, I would wear a dress and do up my hair properly. You know, that sort of
Yeah,
a
properly
vibe is
prepared.
there. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
nice.
It's a
So
mix.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point. Like if you plan to go somewhere like a bit more upper scale, you kind of prepare yourself. I think Barcelona makes me like underdress a bit more, which is not that I'm complaining because I take much less time to go out to the parties. Oh, okay, let's go to the party. Okay, 30 minutes, chick chick, la, 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 I'm done. Like, I'm leaving through the doors, which is nice for a change. What I
But you
also
used to take time in Pune to dress up. I remember you
yeah,
and me in different
actually, it
rooms.
used to be like super fun, right? Because it's not like we just like, oh, actually, we're like, I remember we check your closet
It was
because you used to
planned.
have much more stuff. You know, we did the makeup, the hair, a little bit chit chatting, a little bit like light drinking. I mean, it used to be the
Drinking.
ritual itself, which I loved almost
Yes.
sometimes more than a party after it.
Yes.
Imagine.
Same here. Same.
Yeah, because actually now I was just visiting a friend and her husband was telling me, you know what? Almost all the time when you and her used to go for a party and whatever she writes me, like when you like still preparing, I felt that she's so much happier while preparing than after you guys start actually dancing or going somewhere because that
Right.
intimate bubble where like you prepare, like it's like chatting a bit, like a bit of secrets, a bit of
Yeah.
gossiping, a bit of I
Yeah.
mean it's like a really nice bonding time also.
My God. I miss that. Now I'm talking to you and
Yeah.
you're telling me all this. Can you believe it's taking me literally to our rooms in Pune in my house where you and me were in different rooms. Okay, Agita, let's get ready and we bring some drinks and oh
I
my God,
remember
so
and
much
you
fun.
yeah, and you used to still like remember you used to still go to this acting school and you used to tell me like all the
Yes.
things and all the little stuff you learned or you did or somebody said and it's like he said
Oh
that
God.
said she said she did. I mean it was really nice, very nice. Okay,
Good
moving
old
back
days.
actually to the topic so people would not be like, hey guys, stop losing yourself in the memory lane. So we're not like so
Exactly.
fun. Here also what I remembered is which was surprising to me, or like maybe I'm just not used to, is for example, if you hop while you're hopping from one club to another or bar from one bar to another, or even if sometimes you go after the bars to the beach, just kind of finish, your night. There are so many guys rooming with the bags and selling beer. Like so basically if you
Ah,
feel thirsty,
okay.
don't worry. There's gonna be a guy on every corner to sell you beer. So you will never have a lack of drinks because there is somebody taking care of that. Drinks or a little bit of weed. Like weed is also quite popular, like as a product to be like, hey, psh, 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 psh,
Ah.
there
Oh,
are
okay.
listed things actually. If you are missing at any point during your party night out, you can get it easily on the street.
Oh
So I
my
don't think in
God.
India though that's very common.
No, it's only like, for example, if I'm talking about Mumbai and I'm talking about Carter Road or Bandstand, of
Mhm.
course, in the night, the most common is your cigarettes. Like you have this little boy and chai, tea. They have like little bicycle, these
Ah,
guys
even
going in.
chai. Really?
Yes, even chai. Yes, they give you, and then they're there till like wee hours in the morning. They're selling things. Of course, it's a little like highly priced. I don't smoke, but people who do smoke cigarettes, like my friends, they would be buying at a double price. But
Mm.
it is available. But no alcohol. Like I'm sure there are like small little places where you can order from, but I've never been a drinker as such, where I prefer, I'm not a person who would like to sit at home or like party. You know me, I would love to go out. And this lockdown has made me again a little like, okay, Sagita, get your freaking ass here and sit and party at home. No party out for 2 years.
Yeah, I'm laughing,
So
but not
yeah.
too happily. But I actually, you know what? I remember though in Pune, I don't think maybe you were not that time together, but there was a point when it was already in the middle of the night, and I think that there were, sometimes they used to time when I don't know for whatever reason, police just says, okay, the bars has to be shut until from 12 or something like that.
Yes.
And we were driving around, kind of, no shop is open, no bar. And friend made a friend to somebody, and we arrived with the car to some dark corner. It was like a liquid shop, but it was closed. But there was like some kind of tiny doors which somebody just opened, like just put
Oh, yes.
like kind of secret selling, just said, okay, what? Give me money, you give money, and then like through that door just goes the bottle,
Yes.
and you kind of leave and you get like, I don't know, half legal
Yes.
alcohol, I guess.
I think, that's still on, Geeta. It's just that I have not explored that side of it, but probably because there's too much alcohol already at home.
Maybe they don't have Prosecco there.
But there are places. I know how my friends go nuts middle of the night. They're like, oh my God, guys, where should. But I think from the time, like, I don't know, I've grown up, I've not gone through that stress of not getting alcohol in the house, but earlier back in the days we would, because we had limited stock, I guess.
No, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was 10 years ago that I remember. It's not like now I'm like, adventurer looking for alcohol, so thirsty,
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it's pretty much similar. Like, see, in Barcelona, they're selling it openly on the bag, which is so cool. And here it's like all under.
Yeah, but when I say openly, yeah, you can get it. Like you see these guys with little bags there, but it's of course
so cute.
Yeah, it's
next time. Please, can you take a picture or video and send me? Like, this is what I was talking about.
I will try next time. But of course, I think it's just there are so many other things that being sold and like little crimes happening that I don't think police really want to focus on these guys who like illegally sells alcohol around the streets. But I mean, I just know that it's all, even on normal beach days, you go to lie down on the beach and there is a guy with the bag walking, like saying, okay, water, beer. Like, so I think they just converted the night just alcohol. And but it's quite popular. I've seen people buying stuff. In India, you don't mention that sometimes people buy also chai. Is it after party, just kind of refresh yourself, or yeah,
I think so. It's after, like, people do drink, but I don't know. I also feel people who are not like who don't drink, but the young age people, right? They also want to have that life. They want to go out. They want to have fun. So what they would probably do is that, okay, like a group of friends, let's go to Carter Road by the sea and the promenade. Let's chill there. Yeah. And we know that there's going to be a chai wala there, the person selling the chai. Mm-hmm. So let's just drink. And, that's their party, I guess.
Yeah. And also I remember, I mean, I don't know if it's a typical thing. I just remember after a few parties, we used to stop and buy, how it used to call, where you you put things in the leaf, you roll it and you eat it. I forgot how it's called. Pan. Yeah, exactly. I don't know if it's typical or just we used to do sometimes but is it like, I don't know, something that people do during after parties, or it's more like just kind of.
No, I think it's just that in Pune we had this what do you say, like the trend at that time, but it's not really here. If anybody is eating pan of our age, right, people will be like, what's so unclassy, so uncool, what are you doing? Like,
oh really?
That's the thing. Yes. But recently, I say, you won't believe, my parents were here and we had gone out for dinner, and I knew, like, we've eaten so much of curry and stuff like that. So I was like, cool, let's just have. And there's like, ma'am, you want pan? Like, we have pan here. And I'm like, okay, I haven't had for years now. Let's have this, And now here you are talking about it. I just had it last week.
Oh, I mean, I've never been like a really big fan because it just tasted so weird with all the things mixed in my mouth. But it made me feel like refreshed for whatever reason. And that's why I think I used to sometimes have it like something exotic for myself. Yeah.
Next time I'll get you that. If I come to Barcelona very soon, I will get you a lot of pan. It's yummy, but it's delicious if you had the right one.
Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, let's roll it. One more thing, though not a pleasant one, which is like a darker side of the parties, which I don't know, I suffered from it. Almost every single friend that I know suffered from it, is when the night gets really like busy and also more drunk people around. It's the fiesta of pickpocketers. Like, it's like grabbing everything, phones, wallets. Like I think it's like much more than in any city that I lived before. Like here, I actually learned, once my wallet was stolen in the party as well, I learned that, like, protect yourself, like, or I don't know, like, put maybe on the neck all the things that you carry, or just don't take things that you don't need to the party, because it's rather, I mean, it's such an easy prey. Loads of drunk tourists, like, around, they lose their focus. And then, it's like, it's just like stealing, a candy from a baby. But I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever experienced this in India, apart from maybe
In
rickshaws
India.
trying to cheat a bit on the price of the distance.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest kind of crime that I felt there.
Yes, that would be the biggest crime, especially like if you don't have the car in the night and after party you want to go somewhere. If it's for $50, they would tell you like 200 rupees, you know. So
Yeah.
that's there. But never felt that. It's quite surprising. But I also feel, um, what happens in India is if you're going to a club or you're going to that sort of a bar, most of the people who come there want to show that there's somebody or people know them or they know people. There's a
Mhm.
circle, it's a society that we all are in. So I don't think so anybody would dare do it unless it's more like a klepto person who sees something and just flicks it.
Oh,
But
wow.
I don't think so, yes, anybody would do it because it's their image as well, right? Like
Hmm.
they would be scared to do it. And most of them who come there pretty much come from good families. I mean, especially the places that we all go to, like the
Yeah.
ones you've gone to as well. So
Yeah.
we've had people come from different family background, and I guess that's why. Whereas in Western countries, what happens is people are very independent. They work on, like, it's them who do anything. It's not like the family who carries something that they should be scared of, right? It's like they're
Hmm.
independent. So some
Yeah.
people, let's say they're like jobless or they don't have money. It's normal in the Western countries, but here it's not normal to do that, right? You will be like the low grade person if you are on that level, if the person there. So I feel the people who do that, maybe in Barcelona or wherever you've seen it, for
Mhm.
them, they don't care. Like they did it. Okay, I did it. Like, who are you and who am I? Like nobody knows nobody.
Yeah, I
But
also
in
think though
India,
here it's like part of organized crime because I'm almost sure there is like
oh,
this kind of, yeah, it's kind of a mafia who kind of coordinates because the amount of like and how they strategize, how they steal and the way they approach people is like it's almost sure that it's like one big or few big gangs that are doing this consistently. And because even like going, let's say, it's not just like you get pickpocketers in the streets where of course it's easiest, but actually my wallet was stolen in a popular club, which also with the paid entry. That means that somebody
yeah,
who entered must have been the person
yeah,
paid the entry and also like kind of approach. I'm sure I was not the only one who been stolen because I've heard
yeah,
how frequent that is. So
right.
that's why I'm kind of, this is like one of the sides which I you makes it doesn't help you to kind of relax. It's like always a bit on the lookout. And now I learned myself, like you just hold your things really close to yourself, because I used to
Okay.
be like, okay, I come to the bar, okay, the bag is maybe like somewhere on
Yeah,
the chair, like like,
yeah,
or like on the table even, but even on the table is
yeah.
not really safe to hold, because it's like
Right.
this, it's super fast, it's gonna happen like very this. And I think this is one of the parts which I'm like, like in
Oh
general
my
it would have
God.
been perfect place to have relaxed time, but these things make
Yeah.
you more conscious. I mean, you have to, because it's your loss in the end.
Oh my God. I didn't know about this. Like in 2016, I didn't face any of these, and neither did, I don't remember Marina or anybody talking about that. Maybe that must have happened now then, right?
I
This
think it,
whole
I mean, I don't know how now it got like more, well, COVID year was difficult for thieves because there was no
yes.
tourists. Who are you going to steal from? And people sitting inside homes. So it's like a difficult situation. So I guess they need to catch up on it. But I think for like last few years, I mean, there are loads of, pickpocketers. I don't know like how they approach it. And I think I've always been like a bit more careful on the streets, but it's been something that with our friends, like they always, because I'm still like a bit sometimes reckless, they always like, hey, I have to put your
Yeah.
back closer, because I think I still don't have this very strong protection mechanics,
Yeah.
and they do, the
Right.
locals especially. So it's not, don't take
Yeah.
it like, oh, it's a big minus of thing. It's just something to be aware of, because sometimes tourists come and like la la la, like
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
roomy, and then next morning, well, you cannot fly because you don't have a passport.
Yes. So this is for travelers. I think I say this message should definitely be for travelers who are traveling to,
Yeah,
like Spain, maybe. I don't know,
absolutely.
Barcelona. Right. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's something to be just to keep in mind. I'm sure people already know, because it's like it's a very popular topic, and I'm sure discussed on many of tourist forums, but just be careful. not more than probably in any other Western country, but it's always good to take, to kind of keep an eye. Just before we actually move a bit, move a bit to more closure, I was thinking now that the parties has a little bit of reopening or any kind of, gatherings, do you recall any recent going out, which was like, felt like you want to share, like, something special about the place or the drink or the food or the company that, kind of was your highlight of last half year where we were closed a bit?
Okay, you're talking about so basically the time when we had COVID.
Yeah. Did you had like any night out recently, maybe that you kind of felt?
Oh yes.
Oh yes, all the time.
So many night outs. but the catch here is, I say, what happens is by the time I reach the place is shut, because by 10 o'clock in Mumbai, everything is shutting down. And by 10, I used to literally start getting ready pre-COVID. So I'm still used to the pre-COVID times. So if somebody tells me, Sasha, you have to be here at 10, I'll be like, I'm not going to go there.
I'll be
I
at
will get
10:30.
Yes, I will go to the next party that you guys are planning, because everything is either a house party or a suite, that we all are booking. And that's how we've been partying, right? So, but Delhi is so much fun because things are open at least right now, I think till 1 o'clock. The government has given that, thing. So people are partying. The last party, where did I go? Oh, I've been going to a lot of house parties and I've had like great time.
But that's nice. I love
Mumbai right now. Yes, Mumbai right now. I'm loving the whole brunch scene because I feel that's something that I can take my time. I don't need to worry about like shutting down.
Yeah,
you have your wine, champagne, have a nice like food. And so house here in Mumbai is the best place right now. So I've been like chilling there.
Oh, that's awesome. I mean, here although we are still very careful. I don't think I've been to any house party, and for the key reason is that we're still kind of being careful with, even if we're vaccinated, I know loads of people who are catching it. And of course, indoors is much more chance. And now, especially the weather changes, so many people got like kind of common cold or flu. But the symptoms are, let's say, very similar to the other virus that we have popular right now. So that's the reason I think we kind of avoid still like house parties. But recently, there are these fiestas of neighborhoods here in Barcelona. Like every neighborhood at some point of the year, they have the fiesta. So they decorate things, they create these open kind of concert venues. They make like a little bit of like events and like traditional, some kind of dancing or traditional, like, these gigantes, like where the people go inside these huge statues and like dance in the statue. I mean, it's super cool. I will share with you in case you've never seen it. So recently, the neighborhood where I live, Boutellon, it had this fiesta, and oh my God. I mean, I don't know. It was just like really nice to feel like part of the community and just dance with everybody. Like it was a party. It was like some kind of DJ there, and, everybody's on the streets, just a little bit of drinking, a little bit of dancing. It was like feeling of back to life, like tiny festival of the neighborhood. And for me, that was probably one of the first times when after COVID, I was like, or after COVID, like after all the years that we had, was like, it feels like, it's like back to normal. Yeah, it felt very nice. Yeah.
Yes, I felt the same. Yes, I felt the same recently. Where was I? I think it was in Delhi or somewhere, I went. The malls are still, I think Mumbai is they are strict because they know the population here is insane, and if they go very easy, it's going to be tough for everybody, because the virus is still there. But I think people are vaccinated. Even when we go to house parties, we're very particular about whose house we're going to, what sort of crowd you have, are there people like who are already vaccinated, or those sort of things. And don't go to random parties at all unless I know it's a friend's house that I like.
Sappy, just curious. So for example, if you're in your circle of friends, and this is going to be the closing question, very if for example in your group of friends you have a person who's not vaccinated, so it's a bit more like, let's say, more risk that he can carry or catch it. Do you still have any special like rules or special invitation conditions to these people who are not vaccinated, or like friends of friends, I don't care, vaccinated or not?
Yes, I think I should put them in a box, like a glass box, and bring them in a wheel, push them, not touch them.
A separate section in the party just for
Yes.
non-vaccinated at home.
But funnily, I mean, right now I think everyone's vaccinated, at least one dose, or everyone's vaccinated. It's only the kids and the till 18. I think they're the ones who are not. But the government today, I did see that the vaccine is out even for those people, the kids, and till like 18-year-old. But 19 to everyone's vaccinated. From nobody I know who's not taken the vaccine. Either they've had COVID or they're vaccinated.
Okay, so you basically don't deal with this. So they're not.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Maybe no, vaccinated, and like on the other hand, like as I said, we don't really do or go to home parties, so we can avoid. But I know that this topic, like I already, for example, there were a few friends who were doing some parties, and they were like, but actually, we're just gonna invite like vaccinated. And I was like,
really?
It's gonna be a new filter soon. Where do you stand? And I have quite a few friends who are not, and like I'm just like looking how this evolves, because I don't like to feel like that it clashes or conflicts friends who've been friends since forever, and just because of some decisions you are not allowed to or not invited to participate in social gatherings anymore. So I don't know, it's controversial, at least as far as I feel, and that's why I was curious how you guys deal. But I guess in India you have less skeptics and more like everybody just wants to do the vaccination as fast as possible and move back to normal.
Yeah, I think they're waiting to get back to their normal lives. So they're like, scrap all this shit. It's okay, let's just take that bloody vaccine and let's get back to our normal social life. I clearly think people think that now. They're like, dude, just do it, man. Let's just do it and get going with this.
Yeah, makes sense. So for the last minute, because we will have to close now, I'm gonna go for my volleyball class.
So much fun.
Yes. Do you want to sing the most popular now track of the parties that you go to?
Oh my God, my track is Brown Monday, which is like Punjabi song.
Please go on. Sounds very intriguing. I have no idea about it.
No, you know the song. I told you we're gonna sing. You have something in front of you right now. My laptop is a little like shut, or else I would have played it on my laptop.
Give us like just like 5 lines of it.
I'm not a Punjabi, so it's just I can only say Brown Monday. Like it's basically this Brown Monday means a boy, right? So this Punjabi track called Brown Monday is popular. Then there's Jalebi Baby, right?
Jalebi Baby. Oh my God, wasn't it popular before?
Baby. Yeah, it's still popular, very popular.
Was it that some Katrina Kaif or somebody else was like part of it or not?
Oh yes, you're talking about that song. No. This is the new track with Treasure. Okay. You know the new track with Jason Derulo and Treasure, so Jalebi Baby. So that song is there in this. It's like
I'm so far from the I feel like my ears are falling. I have no idea, to be honest. You'll have to share, because I think I listened to very like old songs, and like now in the parties we went, it was like a bit more electronic music, and I'm like, I don't know pop. I need to catch up on pop, so let's exchange.
Yeah, so I know the Barcelona sort of a scene, party scene. They play a lot of electronic, EDM,
also reggaeton.
Reggae, all that, but you're not in that scene. The songs I'm saying, it's very commercial. It's like club, you go to a club and then that's where they play. So Jalebi Baby, Young Shah Rukh, and then more of Latino songs also, those,
Nice. You have to share. I mean, I have to listen rather than imagine, because now I'm like just this never heard. No. Send me how you dance, and then I'll pick it up.
Definitely. I mean, it's a normal dance moves that we've been doing in Pune. Come on.
I used to do only the snake. This one.
Oh yes, you used to do this.
And the robot. I love the robot always.
Oh yes. Oh my God. How can I not forget? I was like, please teach me this after getting drunk. Oh God. But now it's all about the booty. Just shake.
No, well, now I'm sitting, so it's hard to move. So I'm just doing my Okay, next video on the most popular dance moves. We're gonna be much more moving then. Let's see how we're gonna do it.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Gita, super nice to catch up with you, and
Same.
let's keep on partying, and hopefully we'll share on party together very soon, so we can blend all these things which we discussed. I think it's gonna be super interesting.
For that, I have to come to Barcelona, or you have to come to India.
You come
So you gotta
first.
choose.
You come first and bring
think-
the pan. Bring the pan.
Yes.
So let's do it like proper way.
Pan. I have to get you so many things, darling. I have to get you pan. I have to get you aloo paratha. I have to get you methi paratha, thepla.
Awesome. I'm already salivating. So anyways, I catch you soon and have an awesome day. Keep on moving and grooving. Ciao, ciao.